They served our country proudly, and now, decades later, those heroes take a trip back in time.
And they invited us to go along as they got to relive their days in World War II.
Tom Murray has their amazing stories of survival.
Man and machine. They worked together to help the Allies defeat the Axis during World War II. Now we take you to a special event honoring those who served our country. The memories are still vivid. Some are pleasant.
First mission was at Butte, February 13th, 1944. It was a Sunday morning. We took off at about 7 o'clock.
Others reflect on the harsh reality of war.
They were the heroes, those that we left behind.
Those memories came flooding back for some local veterans this past weekend.
You forget many things, but when you come back in, the memories come back in a hurry.
Milwaukee's 8th Air Force Historical Society hosted a Wings of Freedom flight for a dozen local World War II vets.
It's so important to remember what these guys do and what they did for our freedom.
The Collings Foundation donated a flight aboard a B-17 and B-24 bomber from Racine to Chicago for the vets. 89-year-old Bob Victor was excited to see his old digs.
That's my office. That's where I did pull 32 missions. I was the youngest on the crew. I was a kid, my pilot was 27, the old man.
Harvin Abrahamson was a radio operator on the B-17. He remembers a close call he had aboard the aircraft.
I had a piece of shrapnel go through between my legs and the post of my chair that I was sitting on.
For Harvin's good friend John Rosenberg, the memories are a little more pleasant. He met his beloved wife Gloria while overseas.
There were a bunch of young ladies who were members of a church group, and I asked one to dance with me, and I didn't dance with anybody else.
Meanwhile, Henry Ratinsky has a unique story. He is one of the few remaining survivors of the final mission of the war.
We flew the final and the longest mission, a strategic bombing mission, by B-29s of World War II.
These brave men went on to serve the residents of southeast Wisconsin after the war in various ways as accountants and engineers at businesses in our neighborhoods.
They overcame all odds and still do it in their life today. And it's no wonder they're in their 80s and 90s and still going strong.
Just like in times of war, things did not go exactly as planned for this freedom flight. After a day-long rain delay, the B-17 and B-24 bombers were finally ready to take off for Chicago. The peaceful flight was a far cry from what these men endured almost 70 years ago.
Believe me, war is not a glorious thing, and I'm very happy to be here and very fortunate to be here.
And as the number of World War II survivors continues to decline, flights like these are a reminder how important it is to keep the memories alive.
They are the reason why we are the United States of America.
Next up, for these vets on the move, a bus ride in September to check out the Warbird Museum in Waukegan. Tom Murray, today's TMJ4.
Wow, some incredible stories and well-deserved trips.
Great opportunity to honor our veterans with a little trip back in time.
Yeah.